Okay, welcome back. So, just to begin by recapping a couple of points from the previous episode, which I don't think I properly acknowledged. We do have a couple of potential threats entering our lands. One is Moandor. Moandor is approaching the town of Middelheim. He's also pretty close to Todd. Todd is just here. Todd is very close to what would be a really good fight. Obviously not for him, but possibly for Wrathmont at his peak. If we could take on a horde of Archangels, we get ourselves Sword of Judgment, Lion's Shield of Courage. That alone is worth it, but there might be a really good hero in the prison as well. So there's that threat to deal with. There's also the possible threat of Zelair, who, if we forget about him, could actually sneak in and steal this town. So I'm pretty tempted just to splash out on all of this, although 30k is probably a bit too much. So for now, let's just stick with going for a few Sea Dogs. That will be enough to at least defeat him. And I guess we can also go for the Oceanids and spread those out. So that should be the main couple of threats dealt with. There are a few other things to be done as well. So one thing that has been mentioned is we do in fact not have the ability to build up our mage guilds to get Town Portal. The only way to get Town Portal in this patch, as of the addition of Factory, the patch that added Factory changed the mage guild so that if you want to get Town Portal, the only way to do it is to research first. So we've been offered Resurrection and Clone. I can't remember. Well, I guess we can just check. I'll come back to this. So I can't remember if this guy already has those spells. Actually, he has no spells at all because he has no spellbook. Now I remember. So he goes back, he buys the spellbook, and out of these two choices, I guess we're going to be forced to pick Resurrection anyway, so let's just do it. Take Resurrection, and if we do that enough times, eventually we are guaranteed to get Town Portal, so that's pretty good. If we go for Research on this, Research has already been done this turn, so that's the most we can do. It's okay for Melchior to wait here, he gets his spell points back. He actually has access to fly naturally now, so we can get rid of that spell scroll, give it to someone else. Guess we should do that now, so we're just going to give it over to Bertram. Then we stay put here, we get our spell points back, we could potentially pick up a few Sentinel Automatons if we want to. But yeah, Melchior definitely stays there. Morton is just going to come through, I suppose. Cuthbert has a few units to give over as well. So we send Cuthbert through, we pass across the Chaos Hydras, which might be kind of useful. Cuthbert does have Advanced Wisdom, but that's not good enough for fly, so let's just move on through. Go to the Windmill next turn. Morton is also pretty good. He's only level 20, but his stats are okay. He has pretty good skills, actually, not bad. Yeah, if we keep the Ballista, we can do some pretty good stuff with that. So I think we definitely send him through. Grab a bit of experience. We don't actually have Stone Skin, so let's go for that. Let's actually check, do we have a spellbook? No, this guy doesn't either. Okay. So, pretty obvious what we need to do with him. We need to send him in too. He does have all of his spell points, so we don't need to leave him in the town. We'll go for the experience. We'll move these two together. Have these two exchange. We're going to pass across an Ulgoi Korkoi to get as much movement points as possible. I guess we'll just move everything across for now. That should probably be fine. Just jump into here. We're going to upgrade these and these as well. Bring all of this together, swap these two's army around. That gives Melchior lots of movement points next turn. Melchior is going to take all of this stuff, go back into the town, leave the Chaos Hydras behind, and that does give them both a really nice amount of speed going into next week. We could even split the forces between them, which could actually work pretty well, because Morton can go across and start opening up some of this stuff. This is the realm of Eanswythe, who is, I think, just going to pass through. We might as well take on the Wolf Riders, should be pretty easy. I am going to leave this automaton behind just for the sake of speeding things up a bit. Might be a little bit difficult, actually. Keep this alive. We are faster. And it looks like we can go to the corner. So we'll try that. Do we just move in and attack? I think we should be fine. Do get morale, which helps, so we go for the stack of 10 because it's the biggest. These guys go to the corner, and we should be fine. Perfect. We're not going to go for the prism because we have too many heroes. We're just going to move straight on through. Grab a couple of resources. And we're going to park ourselves in the town. We're not going to go to the Mana Vortex because I have other ideas for that. We'll go to Todd first. Todd cannot quite reach Dracon, but he can actually reach the Throng of Rocks just here, which should actually be fine to go for. Can't remember what's to the west there, I guess. I guess it's just unexplored. We can see some resources unclaimed, but it's potentially allowing Dracon out, which we don't want to do. Doesn't appear to be linked to a Veil of Darkness. Just gonna head south. There's not really too much to be gained from this, but Pandora's Box could be kind of useful. We'll split these up just in case, and we'll just go for this. So Thunderbirds there can move across pretty easily. We're gonna send these forward as usual. There are actually quite a few of them, but 133 spell points, we should be mostly fine. Nothing can reach except the Thunderbirds, which is for the best this turn. I think these two go for a block. We could do a kind of bunker strategy, but I think we'll be fine without, and also I can't fully remember the best way to do that. Yeah, I think I'm fine with the Dreadnoughts being out. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just going to kick combat off, as I didn't think that through. They can actually, of course, reach that stack down there. Dreadnoughts are also slower. So I think perhaps we go for the mass haste. Then these wait. These wait. These will go in for the attack. It should be safe. Let's get us a few extra kills. These go for this. Kill off far fewer than I expected. Okay, but the good news is Thunderbirds, they'll still be slower than us next turn. So I think we just stay put for now. Can walk pretty far. Key thing is to stay out of range of the rocks. So this position should be completely fine. Then we send these in and go for a stack of our choice. I guess we go for this one then if these two move up to attack us. In fact, we want the bottom stack to go for the Dreadnoughts. So for that reason, we want to go for this stack. Then next turn we can go for Heat Beam, and that should all be fine. So we do take a loss, but we will repair that back, of course. These will move up, put themselves in a very convenient position for us. Ulgoi Korkoi should be able to take the hit back, which they do. Just. Now we kill these off. Please defend. Please wait. Okay, what to do now? So we can send these in, but Dreadnoughts will not kill off these 3 stacks in one round. So I think what we actually want to do is thin these out. These move just out of range. These go for Heat Stroke on these 3. Stacks do survive as expected. Those get morale but can't reach us, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to send these in to go for this. These will kill these off. These will all defend. Yes, we have enough engineers here to repair 4 Dreadnoughts, which is crazy. So as much as the Crimson Coatl technique is working extremely well, we managed to spend almost no spell points there. Can't upgrade any of this stuff, but that's fine. We'll open the Pandora's Box. 15,000 experience is pretty good. We'll leave leadership behind. We'll go for Expert Earth Magic. Can't quite reach the Warehouse of Sulfur, which is unfortunate because it would have given us an extra helping next week too. So Halon does have Advanced Wisdom. I guess we should keep him around the stables, to we can get some more movement points. I want to remind myself where this leads. Okay, we'll come back to that. So Eanswythe is going to stay in place, going to leave these behind. Sam's going to go and pick this stuff up because she doesn't have too much else to do. Halon, yeah, should be fine to go for this. Melchior stays in place, so that leaves Wrathmont last, and I have actually checked this, and it's a good thing I did. If we were to go and enter a fight and cast Armageddon, we would spend 20 spell points. That would leave us with 11 spell points, which is actually not enough to Town Portal back. So super important that we don't use Armageddon this turn. So this could actually be an opportunity to go for Frenzy instead. It's much cheaper. Implosion's more expensive. Meteor Shower's a little bit cheaper. That could also work. Resurrection could also work. But there aren't really too many fights we can safely take, so I think because we can fly over to this, do a bit of scouting at the same time, so we'll go for this. No losses expected. Same with that. A few extra resources for the research next turn, and we should have enough movement points to steal Town Portal back. Got the airship yard there, which is kind of surprising underground. But yeah, let's go for this. 60 skeleton warriors, so I guess we can actually kind of keep those. We'll grab a bit of extra crystal, which is definitely useful for us. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go back to Sorrow Crown. And it's probably pretty obvious what I have planned. Ah, should we go for this? I don't recall exactly how many movement points we need. Town Portal. And also, why would we ever need an airship yard underground? So this is kind of pointless. No, we shouldn't do this. I'm probably fine to do it, but I don't think we should risk it. So yeah, we would have had enough movement points to make that work, but that's fine. Alright, so a few choices here. Let's just go for a marketplace, I guess. Then we can trade and do some more research next turn. We also have the option of research in this town, which we have just protected. Inferno's not a great spell. So yeah, I think we'll research here too. We get a choice of Counter-Strike or Meteor Shower. Obviously we'll take Meteor Shower, but that's also quite disappointing. We're pretty low on gems, so if we can find some more of those, that would be perfect. We could send Eanswythe out of the town for this, but she can't reach, so I think we just end the turn there. Shouldn't be any major threats, we'll just see what happens. So green is slowly moving towards our small castle town. Purple shouldn't be strong enough to take us on. I'm a little bit concerned that they're coming towards us. Teal does start moving again. Nothing too bad happens. Okay, we'll go to Sam first because this is a pretty easy win. She almost certainly won't be used as a hero, but let's just grab a bit of extra defense. Back into this town. With this being Horn of the Abyss, we do have the ability to choose which of the two heroes gets the Mana Vortex, I believe. I think we did see that in the previous episode, but I'm still... Old habits die hard. I'm still nervous about this, so... yeah, we're going to use it on Wrathmont. Doubled our normal spell points. I forgot to take the Skeleton Warriors off him, so he does lose some movement points. But we do get an extra Dreadnought from the Portal of Summoning, so that does work out pretty well. Resource Silo could be okay, although we're doing fine for Sulfur, so maybe not. Battle Scholar Academy would technically benefit us. Artifact Merchants we should already have covered over in this town. I can't remember when we last checked that. But we have checked it at some point, so not too much to gain from that. Okay, let's go back to this, and we are going to do some spell research once again. Chain Lightning we don't currently have, so we'll definitely take that. So we have got a fresh batch of new units. I think we should trade. So 540 spell points. Wrathmont has everything he needs to go out and dominate. what we should probably do first is just have a look. 16 gems for this. We go back to this town and we research again. Berserk or Resurrection, okay. This time round, we'll go for Berserk. Does not give us what we need though, but we should be able to hold this off surely, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, so Melchior is going to take a step out of the town just because I don't want to forget to give this guy a spellbook. He does not have any wisdom. I didn't pick up on that, so that's quite disappointing for Morton. He's not going to be a great choice for spellcasting as far as we can tell. I think we probably actually leave him as he is for now, and just focus on giving Melchior the good stuff. So I guess he can still cast Fly even without Wisdom, unless I've forgotten how that works. Yeah, he can. So he can still fly. That's not so bad, but it's a reason to keep him close because we do want him to learn Wisdom. And then we can bring him back and teach him it properly. Okay, so tempting to go for the Warehouse of Sulfur. We are doing okay for Sulfur, but if we're going to spend a lot of resources on spell research, I guess we should grab some more of that. Halon goes to this and moves up. Send him through here. Okay. And yeah, these are our own safe lands, so might be time to let Halon go, although before we do, grab a little bit more. Okay, so what to do with Wrathmont? So there is something that is tempting me, which is if we go over here, not only do we have the Sword of Judgment, Lion's Shield of Courage, both of which an upgrade on what we currently have, but on top of that, we also have possibility of the Shrine of Magic Mystery here giving us Town Portal as well. Other objectives don't look quite as good. This is also not too far from the Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment, the Archdevil's Library of Enlightenment just there. No town's super close to there, but it might still be worth going. If, of course, we go back to Middelheim, we can also take out Moendor on the way through. With 540 spell points, we're also pretty safe to go for Town Portal. I do want to hand over the Dreadnoughts too, but we can potentially do that with Todd. Cuthbert will go for all of this stuff. Not coming back. Okay, so things to do with Melchior. So I think main thing is we probably do go out to the east, start opening up some of this. Other things he can do, he is pretty strong on his own, so we don't have to be conservative, but there are some pretty good objectives to the east. Okay, I think we're going to send Wrathmont to the west with free level up. It gives us +1 knowledge, and then Eanswythe goes back into the town, drops off the automaton, takes the angel, moves out, and we'll do a bit of scouting to the west because there is a way underground. Oh, okay. So we do of course have access to spells, which should solve this for us pretty easily, but hopefully we don't need to do that. So Meteor Shower costs the equivalent of 3 magic arrows. Magic arrow does 120 points of damage, which actually won't finish off a stack, whereas this does 325. Finishes off 3 stacks really easy, then we wait, and that should be enough. There we go. Okay, we'll go for Expert Scouting, which is pretty useful to us. Lots of Cavaliers will be a fight too far, I think. Potential Town Portal to the south. Let's move towards that. Yeah, this might not work. I think we'll go for this. Oh wow, okay. I didn't actually look at that properly. But we do have a lot of spell points left, so we should be able to make this work. Even with morale, they can't reach us, so no worries there. Let's kill these off first. Let me shower these two. Hopefully no morale on these two stacks, but I think we should be able to take one hit if we have to. 10 kills per attack, I think. Need to keep using spells here. That should be enough. Okay, so basic sorcery could be interesting on this kind of hero. I actually think it's worth a look. We don't get to find out if you do get access to Town Portal from there, which is unfortunate because Wrathmont is fairly close. We could Town Portal down to it. We could also get access to the arena, which would be good, but nothing else great in that direction. The Throng of Steel Golems there. Better than nothing, but probably not our priority. I think we do want to try to bring Wrathmont together with Todd. We do have a lot of options open to us at this point. So one thing is we could pass the Bow of the Sharpshooter across. Doesn't use too many spell points. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll go back to Kurgar. Upgrade this. Melchior will interact, we'll pass this across. Pass all of the various. I was actually thinking that, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Morton the Mercenary. I was actually thinking he would be a good choice for our bounty hunter hero, but if he doesn't have wisdom, I'm not sure he's versatile enough. Okay, so Melchior comes together. We're going to take, not the Sandals of the Saint because we only have one of those, but a lot of this other stuff. This will be fine to take. Tome of Fire Magic, I think we want to keep. Spellbinder's Hat, I think we want to keep. Gives us access to Dimension Door. Orb of Vulnerability, we don't need two of those, we'll pass one across. Cape of Silence, I'm pretty sure we don't need. The Cape of Velocity could be given up, but I don't think we should. So that's almost everything, but we can, of course, build Bow of Sharpshooter just here. So we'll put those together. The ore stuff can be passed across to, what's his name, in the town. Should also take the extra coatls, of course. That's the wrong one. Okay, does he need any of this stuff? No, I don't think he does. Well, if we're going for the Sword of Judgment, we could pass across the weapon, but I don't think we need to. Okay, so these two come together one more time. Wasted some movement points on that, but whatever, it's fine. So, 16 Crimson Coatls. Could get even more if we chain from up there, but it's going to be too much effort. Okay, Wrathmont wants to go... Another chance at Town Portal just there, but that's not too close to anything. So Gateway's not too far off. We probably do need to go to Middleheim at some point. Problem with that is there's just not too much useful stuff on the way. Bit of a wasted journey. Whereas if we go to Gateway instead... I guess there's not too much here either. It's just unfortunate this is all quite far away from our towns. But yeah, this appears to be the target, so I think we've got to go across to Gateway. Take advantage of the lowered movement penalty, and then we're going to start Well, first we have to equip Spellbinder's Hat. We're going to start dimensioning dooring across. Take these on for the easy XP. I think we can ignore the rest. Let's go for it again. Should be fine to take these on. A few losses expected. Okay, this is a simple Armageddon situation. Gonna leave this stuff behind. The Rust Dragons are really tempting to take on too. But none of this stuff is too needed, so I think we'll dimension door into this. Still spawning in 7 stacks. Didn't even see the Crown of the 5 Seas there, but yeah, we can ignore that. Okay, so next turn I think we take on the Archdevils, get the boost from the Library of Enlightenment. Rest of this stuff is not too important. I'm curious to see what's to the west, but key thing is to move down to the Archangels. Still have 400 spell points. That should all work. Okay, Melchior is going to take as many units as possible. So the Bow of the Sharpshooter means we don't have to worry about range penalty for the bounty hunters. Got a fairly good stack of armadillos, which we'll bring along as well. Engineers, super useful for keeping the juggernauts alive. Can actually leave the sentinel automatons behind because we've not been able to build those up too much. But this should work. Yeah, fairly strong stacks across the board. If we go out not too much to the south, just checking this one last time. Yeah, I think we go out west. We can fly. Means we can move into this zone. If we do so, we could take on the Cavaliers, which is something Eanswythe can't do. Also move back towards this town. Could start building this up. The Mage Guild. But we know that we don't get Town Portal first time we reach level 4. I should have actually tried... No. No, we can't do any research here. Okay. Access to gems just there could be good. I think I want to see what's underground, because this stuff to the east is interesting, but we already have Bow of the Sharpshooter, so that's one potential reason to take on the Bone Dragon's gone. I don't think we're ready to take on lots of Archangels. Library of Enlightenment, nothing special going on there. We have all of the war machines we could want. Throng of Karattles is going to be too strong, so yeah, I think for now, let's just try to help out Eanswythe. Okay, we're going to fly across, go to this, we'll grab a bit of extra knowledge, and start moving south. Morton's just going to stay in the town, there's not really too much he can do. So yeah, we've got Berserk waiting for us in this town if we need it. We should be fine to take on Zalair. I think we're okay to end the turn. Might as well keep building this up, so we'll go for a tavern. See what's available to us. So Victoria has come back to us, but we don't really need her. We've also got Theodorus, who's a basic level 1. Don't care too much about that, just going to end the turn. The green's still slowly moving towards us, but we do have at least one more turn. Zalair does go back. Seems to be a strong purple hero there. Heal attempts to move away, actually moves closer to the level 4 shrine, which is good for us. I could probably even bring Wrathmont to take on this fight, but there should be no need. Let's go for it with Todd. So no losses expected. I'm just going to accept this. Okay, so from this position, both stacks can reach us. Is that what we want? Okay, so just make sure the stack of 55 can't reach us. Stack of 52 engineers can repair the dreadnoughts pretty easy. These go down to the bottom. Start combat. We'll wait with most of our stacks. These come through for the attack. We can do 15 to 27 kills on those. Guess we just go for it. These will wait. These can kill these off, but we want to make sure... Well, I guess it's fine. As long as we don't lose a Dreadnought, we're fine. And it looks like we could take the hit from the Hellhounds. Not have to worry too much. But let's play it safe. So that's the end of that. We go in, we can repair these. Next round, however, the Hellhounds do move before the Dreadnoughts. The other annoying thing is... Well... So potentially it's annoying that we don't get to see the turn after the Bounty Hunters attack. But... Yeah, I'm going to try and avoid using spell points. So if we go in with this, that's actually a pretty good number of kills. We could take a loss in response though, so I think these defend. These will both defend, these will go in and soften them up. And that should actually be enough to prevent a loss to the Ugoi. So no losses taken. Kill these off. Perfect. Meteor shower, okay. But Wrathmont has some pretty good stuff to do here, so we do want to take on the Archdevils. They actually will be faster than us, so in this case we need to go with Cape of Velocity. Probably don't need Necklace of Swiftness. Yeah, because we attack first, we'll speed tie, but we will attack first. Should be fine. Go with the usual. Nothing else appealing to the north. Let's go for this. Yep, so as expected, we speed tie, but we do get to move first as the attacker, so we go for Armageddon. Kill them all off, easy as usual. Go to this, get +2 to each stat. Move down by 1, grab the helm. I should have actually put that on, although I guess we're safe not to. We do now want Dimension Door, so we're going to fly across. Slightly further down. This could be dangerous. So this time round... The problem is, when we go in, if we Dimension Door our way in, then we can't equip the helm, which is -6 to each of our stats, which could be pretty bad. How many are we talking? So I highly doubt it's 100. Well, if it is, we're looking at about 15 per stack. In fact, probably less than that. So say there are about 15 per stack, that's 3,000... No, more than that. Yeah, it's way too much for one Armageddon. Way too much. The key point of the Armageddon, though, isn't to kill them off, it's to soften them up to the point where we can start using Resurrection and stop things tipping against us. But I think that's all the more reason to go in with as many stats as possible. But yeah, I don't want to mess around with this. We can always use those spell points later. So let's move straight down. Melchior will just go and open some of this up. Nine to 11 kills. Next round, they do get to move before the engineers. I now see that we don't have any good magic schools, so Resurrection's not going to work. But we do have haste, so we can go for +3 speed on engineers. That brings them up to 10. So that should be enough. I don't think we'll take a loss here. These are a lot tougher than Dreadnoughts. If only the the armadillos could move slightly faster, we would actually get a kill with those for the first time in a long time. That's fine. Okay, so we move through lots of Scorpicores. This should be a winnable fight. I wonder if we think a bit more about placement. This is probably fine. Okay, so the diplomacy kicks in. We can pick up 21 Scorpicores for 45,000. Don't think we do that. Do we chase them down? We don't really benefit much from experience at level 30, so I'm going to save the time and not do that. And we can see, potentially, a level 4 spell just there. I think, Nhota, I think you can still get Town Portal from this. I think we're just being quite unlucky. It's also probably good stuff to the east if we follow the path. But we should go for this. The only risk, of course, is Sea Dogs with their accurate shot. Could deal some major damage to our best stacks. We don't have the mass haste to shut them down. Chain Lightning will do a nice amount, but maybe not kill them off. Definitely won't kill them off, so we're actually risking losing some pretty important units if we go for that. I wonder if... Slayer, okay. I wonder if we go through... If we go in with just the Bounty Hunters, can they win that? We'll see. Okay, do we let Halon go? We'll keep him just for now. Sam will move up. She doesn't have much either. Oh no, she has Dimension Door. Wow, okay. That was a big oversight. So who else has a good amount of spell points? So Todd does not have intelligence. He has 12 knowledge. Melchior has 15 knowledge. We should probably try to get Dimension Door to Melchior, although Todd does have expert air magic, so he might be the better choice. That's kind of a shame. Okay, so Sam has suddenly become important. I did forget that one particular thing. We'll go back to this. We'll go for Town Hall, I guess. Extra resources. Never going to be a bad thing. We'll go back to this too. If we want to, we can go for spell research again, I think. Maybe not. I guess we have to choose to continue researching. I forget how spell research works. Okay, so we might have to try that somewhere else. So if we go to this town instead, this is level 1 Mage Guild. This one is level 4 though, and we don't need Sorrow. So let's commence the research, and there we finally get Town Portal. Perfect. Okay, we're going to end the research with Town Portal. So this is the town of Claxton, which is actually not too far from Halon, who can go back and get that, although he doesn't have Earth Magic. But that does immediately make him potentially worth keeping. Let's come through. Okay, so Morton is not really strong enough to do anything. He does have the Fly spell scroll. I guess we could take some Sentinel Automatons, rely on the Ballista to clear out some really basic stuff. He should probably move across in this direction. That's the only place he can be useful right now. So yeah, let's pick up the Sentinel Automatons, swap all of this stuff around. Morton comes through and we will go for Fly once. Let's move across. I'm not sure if this concept really works, but we're going to try it. So the idea is we rely on Ballista to get the kills we need. Yeah, this does work. Just a little bit slow. So they're pretty close to the Ballista, but only 3 full stacks. Let's go for this one next. Kill these off. Ah, I didn't think those would reach us. Okay, so we take a loss there. Alright, that's fine. Let's grab some experience. I don't know. We'll find a use for him at some point. Melchior goes towards the south. And end the turn there. So green is still moving around but doesn't immediately threaten our town, which is great, gives us a little bit longer to explore. Purple comes through there. Don't think they can threaten us too much from there, but we can see they're a pretty strong hero, so need to look out for that. Oh wow, okay. So pink comes through, decides not to take us on. Who is that? So it's Verdish, who somehow won that fight with almost no units. Saves us the dilemma with the Eanswythe though. Actually a Sword of Judgment there too, but a Throng of Ulgorkoi might be a bit too much. Inferno, okay. So, just to confirm, there's nothing she can do. So, Tome of Fire Magic, that's also kind of interesting. Okay, so Eanswythe could be threatened if we go out to the east. I think before we do that, let's start moving towards this. And because it's fairly late at night here, I'm going to end the episode here. We are soon to take on the Horde of Archangels, which I'm pretty sure will be fine, but I'm not completely sure how it's going to go. So that should be quite interesting. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.